Hello, dear friends, or welcome back to Help in English channel. Today we continue the educational sessions dedicated to business English. And in our educational session today, we're going to talk about the business vocabulary on HR matters. What is HR? HR is human resource or human resources, everything that deals with people, hiring, firing, processing, and basically handling let's say, people resources in the company. So let's have a look at the presentation that I have prepared for you today. And we are going to learn basically several new terms probably for you in this lesson, the ones that you might incorporate into your everyday vocabulary later on. So human resources, HR vocabulary. The first term we're going to have a look at today is absence. Отсутствие in Russian, a period of time when someone is not present at a place, job, etc. This term is pretty easy. Hold accountable, ответственный, responsible for and having to explain your actions. Next term, performance appraisal. Every company, global company, has this procedure annually. So a performance appraisal, the one that you have to go through at the end of the year, just to see how well you did and whether you met the requirements placed on you from the management perspective. So performance appraisal, служебная аттестация, a meeting in which an employee discusses his or her progress, objectives, and needs at work with his or her manager. Next one, asset. Имущество, активы. We have already met this term in our previous sessions dedicated to accounting. So assets, something valuable, owned by an organization, available for payment, debts, or to generate income. Next, attrition. This is a typical HR term. Attrition, текучка кадров. A term used to describe voluntary and involuntary terminations, death, and employees' retirements that result in a reduction to the employer's physical workforce. Attrition rates are calculated by the HRs. So to set the benchmark, what does it mean? Установить контрольный показатель, a standard point or reference in which something can be compared or evaluated. We can set the benchmark for everything, for deliverables, for, let's say, salaries, for anything, basically. Bias, предвзятость, prejudice in favor of one thing or person compared with another, in a way considered to be unfair. То есть предвзятое отношение. So we go further, and breach, нарушение, an act of breaking a law, agreement, promise, or relationship. Cohesion, понимание, when the members of the group are united. Compulsory, обязательный, when something must be done because of a rule or law. Conduct, поведение. Appropriate behavior of a person expected by the organization they work for. Dismiss, уволить, to officially end the employment of someone, to dismiss. We also know the word fire, right? Draw up, составить, to prepare something official in writing, for example, a contract. Ethical, этичный, following accepted rules of behavior. And the last term in this slide, evaluate, оценивать, to judge or calculate the value of something. We're going further, and the next slide with the next set of HR terms. Fall behind, отставать, fail to do something in the expected time frame. Fill in for someone, подменять кого-либо, to replace an employee during an absence. Fire, the same as dismiss, уволить, to remove someone from their job. Foster, содействовать, to promote the growth of development of something. Next, framework, структура. The basic structure, system, or process of something. Ground rule, основное правило. A basic rule or informal agreement about how something should be done. Incentive, стимул. Something which encourages or motivates a person to do something. Misconduct, ненадлежащее поведение. Unacceptable behavior by an employee. Next term, outsource. Outsource. It's a very popular term, especially in the last several years. There are a lot of businesses which are outsourced to other countries from, let's say, the United States, the Great Britain, and other, let's say, Western European countries to countries like Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, let's say, Eastern countries, Malaysia, and there are a lot of them, basically. So what is outsource? Внешний подряд. When a company obtains a service from an outside supplier. Overtime, сверхурочные. Time spent working in addition to your normal working hours. Position, it's easy, должность, a job. Resign, уволиться. It's a little bit different from being fired or dismissed. Resign, it's your own wish to quit your job. So to decide to leave a job or position. Recruit, нанимать на работу, to find suitable people to join a company or organization. To be made redundant, that's another way to say dismiss or fire. When you're no longer employed because there is no more work available, probably due to downsizing. Remuneration, remuneration, денежное вознаграждение, payment for work or services. And staff retention, удержание персонала, keeping employees in a position or job. So let's have a look if you have processed and incorporated this terminology into your everyday vocabulary, everyday business vocabulary. So I'm going to give you the words in Russian. You translate them into English. If you do that with no problem, meaning that the material of this lesson was perfectly processed and learned by you. If you have issues, then you go back again to the material. Итак, текучка, подменять кого-либо, служебная аттестация, предвзятость, установить контрольный показатель, уволить, уволиться, внешний подряд, нарушение, поведение, нанимать, отсутствие, содействовать, денежное вознаграждение, стимул, удержание персонала, основное правило, ненадлежащее поведение. Well done, everybody. Great job. I do hope that this teaching session was useful for you and you really learned some of the new business vocabulary terms. And please don't forget to leave your commentaries, subscribe to the channel, and follow our Facebook page, the link to which you will see on the YouTube page credentials. And have a nice day, everybody. Bye-bye.